Yeah.
Notes, NPNs.
Let me
can be
start
a
it.
investing
This-
in non-performing investing in non-performing notes, NPNs, can be a profitable venture for some investors, but it comes with risks and challenges. Non-performing notes are loans, usually mortgages, where the borrowers stopped making payments.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
So that
So
was
that's a-
big. Yeah.
That was a person speaking in front of a white screen, correct?
No, that's an AI person.
Yeah.
That is so I wrote the script with ChatGPT, then I went to a tool called Synthesia and uploaded the script and then picked her as one of the people that read it.
Wow.
There's several built-in models. You can actually do your own. I think it's a few $1,000s for them to create a green screen version of you. So, you can have spokespeople. You can do videos now. You can do YouTube videos even if you don't like doing YouTube. So,
Wow.
Wow, that is nuts.
Actually, here's something else. Where do I stop sharing?
You gotta find the share button on your screen.
Yeah.
Just you bring up
I'll
your
stop
Zoom.
sharing. I'm going to share this is something else that was done with 11 Labs. Let's see if this one.
Okay. If you have questions or comments in the chat, please put it in there. This is a fascinating thing, and I think a lot of us either know a little bit or know our own area.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear what you guys are using in it, and see what we can accomplish together. Right, this is an awesome feature that a lot of people are kind of unsure about, and we just don't know what to do with it. Gabe made a nice comment. Hopefully, Gabe doesn't get offended. Gabe said his next girlfriend is going to be AI. All right, Gabe.
People are falling in love with AIs, and there are AI models now that are influencers that are making money. Yeah. This you may. Did you know that these guys, that JKP Holdings guys, can speak Japanese?
Wow. Wow. I mean, I took 3 seconds online, but damn, I'm good.
We get the idea.
Yeah.
So with 11 Labs, you can actually upload a video and translate it into and do a dub into various languages. So, if you're working with you work in markets, the Spanish market, and you don't speak Spanish, or you work with other language people, maybe this is one tool you could potentially use.
And is it a better translation than Google Translate?
Well, it's doing the audio for you.
Okay.
Oh, Google Translate is very good. It's very good. Yeah. Google Translate was 1 million lines of code a few years ago. Now it's just 100 prompts, I believe, because the AI is so much.
Wow.
The AI, they threw away all that code, and now it's better than it ever was. But this does it on the audio.
The fear goes into mind that, like, someone can say something that I said and I never did. Right. I can imagine politics getting involved in this, right? Like, look what this person said. And
this is going to be prolific everywhere online this year. It's going to be a hard battle to stop fake news. There'll be lots.
If each service, ChatGPT 4.0 and all these services have a fee, right?
Yeah.
What would you say your top 3 ones you sign up for and why?
We've tried a lot. We spent a lot. The ChatGPT is the best $20 you'll spend. And then probably 11 Labs if you're into audio. ChatGPT can do a lot. It can do, Claude is another one. Bard is free. They're both good, but just the infrastructure is around ChatGPT at the moment. That may change, but that's currently my go-to.
It's amazing because you can take a document. I know Claude has a bigger response window, right? But you can take a document and put it in there, 1,000-page, document on some legal case, and say, explain to me in 3rd grade language.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The fact it can do that is just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And I think for us is like, we can ask questions in note investing spaces like, hey, what exits? I have these scenarios, right? what access do I have in the note space to do this? And remember, the free version, I think, is based on 2020 information internet, where the ChatGPT 4.0 is based on today. But you can literally say, I want to do this. I have this scenario. What are my exits?
Yeah.
And what should I be worried about? And remember the fact that the information that you're getting is only internet based. And why I say that is that in our class, me and Nathan teach about creating your own bid calculator. Each state has its own legal fees, has its own cost, court costs. Besides the legal fees, you have core publication, and that kind of data is not available online. So ChatGPT may not know that stuff. One of the features I found amazing is that can ChatGPT, I want to say use the word lie, but not lie, can get delusional.
Yeah, it's called hallucination. It makes stuff up if it doesn't know. You know, it's crazy how, you know, I'll ask it to write a press release about a client, and if it doesn't know, it'll just make stuff up, quotes up and stuff up about what they said and where they live, and it's pretty crazy how because it doesn't want to disappoint, so it's going to just it's just going to make
Wow.
stuff up.
Crazy.
One of I just remembered one of the things to get access to free ChatGPT 4 and DALL-E a little bit is actually to use Bing. Bing has integrated ChatGPT 4 into their search engine. So that's
Really?
one way to at least play around with it without having to pay any fees to OpenAI. And you can do some images there and stuff as well.
For
And
those
then
who
can
are
I
using
train it?
No, you can't. It doesn't have the same flexibility. It's really just a generative tool. It's not
Okay.
like OpenAI, but it's a good place to start and not pay any money. You know.
But I can
So for-
train like the other
you can
versions.
you
Yeah.
can chat inside ChatGPT, you can train the answers you're looking for, or
Okay.
it will remember
yeah.
based on the conversation.
Yeah.
From the Bing software, you can't, but inside ChatGPT, if you go back to that same conversation, it will remember what was before entered to give you an answer.
Can
Yeah.
I like upload past social media posts that I've done, for example, and then say, reproduce one about this topic in my voice?
Yeah, you can do that in ChatGPT. Yeah. You know, teach it what Nathan sounds like
Yeah.
written.
Tone.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
written
And it'll
tone.
sort
Yeah.
of use your voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the other tools we use it for is for YouTube, right? And as we said, this video goes on YouTube and whatnot. But what YouTube has the ability to do timestamps, right? That timestamps show you bits and parts. Well, we use Claude, because Claude's a bigger window, to give us the timestamps and saying, hey, listen, what happened when, so that people log in, they can see the timestamps.
Yeah.
And we're not manually doing that. That's all done directly, which is awesome.
One place maybe if you're afraid of trying to figure out what the prompts are, there's a place called Prompt Base. There's a few marketplaces where you can buy. People have figured out how to do things. You go to this marketplace and buy a prompt to do X, Y, Z. You know, so that there are a few dollars. That's a good place to start, or buy a book on Amazon. There's $100 on prompt engineering for ChatGPT and stuff. So that's probably one place to get started, is just use those tools. You know, everyone's got one.
Yeah, so I'd love to hear what other software you guys have been using out there. There are a ton of things. Did you want to show us a few softwares that you know, you're talking about Midjourney, and Midjourney seems to be a very popular thing for images. Would that be correct?
Yeah. I you know, unless you're a little bit techie, it's not the best tool to use.
What would you recommend someone that, like, you know, our mother's kind of level? Where is the basic kind of Midjourney for basic people would you recommend?
I'm always going to come back to DALL-E.
Okay. And DALL-E's a something of ChatGPT.
Yeah. So here we can, let me share my screen here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Midjourney, you may struggle a little bit more with it. It's actually very good, but you know, if you pay the $20, this, you know, you can get some good responses out of it. So here's one I created. So what we're going to do is try and create an image to when you tell it create an image, it knows to use the image generation AI. So here we're going to try and create some sort of image about diversifying your investment portfolio with real estate notes. And
Yeah.
this was actually, so I don't know if that's good, but that's completely new. That's kind of weird, but okay. I don't know.
And you
Sometimes
can
it goes
then
off
go
the
back in
rails.
here and adjust that, right? You can
Yeah,
go back
yeah,
and say,
you can say, yeah. So
don't
what
put
you
it,
can say,
take a tree out of it, right?
yeah, you can literally just take the tree away.
Yep.
What happens? You know, you just have to chat with it. That's why it's called chat. You know, try and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's similar to
have
using
a
a
conversation.
virtual assistant and say, listen, I don't like that. Can you take this away? And your assistant would
Yeah,
delete
yeah,
that thing.
yeah.
And now it's going to create, right?
Takes a little bit of time, but because
Yep.
it generation is totally unique. There's no copyright. Well, it didn't take the tree out, but it different. So you know, it does. It takes some skill to figure out the right prompts, but
But I'd love to see who else is using ChatGPT. What are you using it for? What do you think you're going to be using in 2024? Because as Simon nicely put, this is 2024. It's going to be the biggest thing out there for videos, for content creation, but also for marketing and posting and coding and image and video. Like, could you imagine me and Nathan doing a training that we type out? And it'll literally put our faces out there, move our mouths, and talk to you. And there's a point where you can ask questions and see the response based on ChatGPT responding on it, based on what information we've already given it. It can do a complete training for you. So that's crazy. Now, on the other side of it, we can ask questions like, I'm in a scenario, instead of asking a room full of investors what to do, you could ask ChatGPT, you know, at the privacy of your own home, what should I do here? One thing was amazing, and you know, we talked about sometimes not being able to trust it. You mentioned was really interesting. How good of a legal is ChatGPT? What can it do on the legal side of it? Could it pass like college classes?
it can pass the bar. It actually has passed the bar in California. They ran through it all, so it can pass the bar. It's actually passed all the medical exams. It can pass most of those. It's passed various Wharton business exams. So it's got an MBA. It's a doctor. It's a lawyer. So you
And
can
this, can you
actually
literally sit there and say, listen, I have this illness, I have this problem with me. What do you recommend?
You can probably try it. I have not tried it for that, but I have tried it for legal documents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the beginning, it would just spit out a really good contract. Now it's tamed down a bit because it's worried about legal consequences, but it will give you a decent draft. And it say, it will of course give you the disclaimer, I am not a lawyer, but you know, and then it'll give you, so you can say, draw up a land trust agreement for California, you know, to hold a piece of real estate in, and it'll give you a fairly decent first draft. And I know people that have drawn up contracts, then sent it to their lawyer, and the lawyer has made 2 changes, and that was all they did. So yeah, you can, and there is a couple of specific companies building on top of GPT specifically for lawyers. So in the old days, you know, you went to a lawyer for a contract and you just pull out his drawer of, you know, off his template from Word and just change a few things. Well, now you'll be able to do it with.
So can you bring up future tools or some program like that so that people out there who are curious about this can see all the different categories that are tools that are available? You know, future tools or whatever program you're using.
Yeah.
These are all the different. I was amazed when I ran across this guy on a podcast. Well, you literally can click a button or do a